Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to my F1 2019 Manager Career Mode here, Motorsport Manager here for episode number 4, this is of Season 1 at the Portuguese Grand Prix. So if you guys did miss the last episode at the Chinese Grand Prix, then be sure to go check that one out before you see this one, because that was quite a nutty episode. I mean, we had a McLaren on pole, we had a lot of rain, very changeable conditions, and in the end of it, spoiler alert, we came out very, very nicely with a actual win and a 1-2 for Renault. Just about. I mean, there could have been a possibility where Ferrari caught us, but we got lucky with the pace we had, and also the wet definitely helped us. I don't think if there was any rain, we definitely wouldn't have got that 1-2, because historically the AI haven't been great in wet conditions when it comes to strategy and all that on this game. So that's kind of the thing that got us that 1-2, and at Portugal I'm expecting a much tougher time here. You know, historically it's been a very bad one for me, tyre wear wise, and also at the same time I just don't know how our car's going to fare around Portugal. I mean, I don't know how our car fares around every single circuit, to be fair, but I mean, Portugal especially, I think it's going to be a little bit tougher, I think. But we do have a new engine coming in 9 days, but I don't think that gets done before we go to Portugal, maybe. Let's see. Oh, actually it does. It literally gets done 2 days before we travel to Tondela. So we might have a new engine, but we might not be able to use it necessarily because it might be a bit too worn out. So we'll have to see about that. But we'll go through the mail first. Interviewed Sky. You had some time to get used to the team. What are your main worries at the moment? Need to improve the car's performance. HQ. Driver lineup's weak. Don't have worries at all. The team's looking great. I'm gonna say I don't have worries at all. The team looks great because, you know, honestly, there's not one major gripe I have with the team. It's really just as a unit, we just need to carry on as we are, trying to grow, trying to improve the engine. You know, the drivers are settling in a little bit. The HQ's also got some development work on it, so got no worries at all. And that's going to be a no change for morale for Ricciardo and Hulkenberg there. But dramatic race in Beijing ends in Renault F1 win. Absolutely awesome. But anyway, pit crew wise, there was a worry here, 2.4%. We've got some people though that have rested up, so this guy can come in now. 0.6. Front jack man needs some replacing. Is there anyone good? No, he's a 2% mistake percentage as well. We've got this guy who could be our replacement. He's 15 on the front jack. This guy's 17 on the tyres, so that might be worth it. So actually, if we have a guy who's good at front, this guy's 14 front jack. We could swap him like this and then get a new guy in that is good on the tyres as well. Swaps in, plug and play, or we could just do this. We could just swap like that and just save our money, to be honest. I think I'll do that for now. I'll save my money. The pit stops haven't been too bad, actually. They've been pretty good so far. So, you know what? I'm going to reject a few of these guys, but I'll keep around maybe these two just for the sake of the tyre and the front jack at 15 maybe. But mistake percentage wise, they're not too bad. The worst one is what, 1.6 here, and that's on the fixing. We haven't had to do any fixing so far. 1% on this tyre. That's a little on the high side, but it's fine. We'll just go with the balanced pit stop, and we'll hopefully not make any muck-ups there. So we're going to move on then. We've also got a political vote coming up, I think, as well. But first and foremost, let's just check out on our car what we're saying. I think everything is fine. Yeah, I think everything's good. In terms of reliability, everything's fine. We're just improving these two engines to 970 in the end. So we'll move on. I think pretty much is going to be the performance work done first, and then the engine's going to come. But we've got some mail. Thoughts on the potential removal of Vancouver. Oh, yeah, this is the first political vote that's going to come up. Removal of Canada. I don't want that to happen. Canada's always been quite a fun track on this game. You know, iffy on the tyre wear, but sometimes, you know, you can pull it off. So, I, for one, love Vancouver. I hope it stays. I'm going to say that. I don't know why that would have affected Daniel Ricciardo's morale, but there we go. Maybe he enjoys Vancouver as well. Really, some experts, such as Fabio Torino, are very in favour of introducing the change. I'm going to say that's all very well and good, but I'll be making my own mind up. Yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm going to make my own mind up. I could have insulted the guy, but to be honest, I didn't know who that guy was. I'm guessing maybe someone in another team working there. I don't know. Mail. Let's check. Anything important here? No, we're just going to be performance work. High-speed corners. Apparently, Nico wants some work on the rear wing. Well, my lad, we'll wait for a second there. We might get to that. First of all, let's get this engine done. Then we can actually look at the rest of the car. So, engine's in. So let's improve that straight away. Reliability 40%. So let's add that on. And that's going to get done 4 days after the race. But in 2 days' time, you never know. That could be just about good enough. Straight away, it's not actually any better Actually, it's not here. Actually, so we don't need to matter. We don't need to actually worry that this engine's not going to be ready for Portugal, because it's at the moment in the current state is not as good as any of our current engines. We have to really improve this engine. So let's go for a 50-50 split. And, well, near enough 50-50. Can I actually get 50-50? No, I can't. There's a bit of an odd number out there. So we'll go 28-27, and we'll do the reliability, the performance. Eventually, though, by next race, this new engine will be ready for us to use. It will be the best engine we own. So looking forward to that. But now, rear wing is something that Nico was worried about. 5th place. We're pretty good on rear wing, to be fair. Front wing, we're actually worse off on brakes. Brakes, I think we need to really look into now. Those brakes are not looking good. I'm just going to do iterations on the brakes, so I'm just going to go with this one. It's got a risk level, but we may as well spend the money, because I just have to get through the iteration, just like we did with the engine. We had 3 iterations before we even got any major improvement. So that will only take 4 days, though. That's the good thing about brakes. They'll take a quick turnaround time, so literally the brakes will be done. Look, the brakes will be done on the Saturday of qualifying. So, yeah, it's a real quick turnaround. So, we've waited a long time for the engine to be built. Now, if we do other parts, they should come in thick and fast. Like, we're talking maybe within an episode, if I time it correctly. Let's say we build a new set of brakes at the very end of this episode, after this one's done, they'll be ready for the next episode, episode 5. So, they'll come in really quickly. So, that's all good. So, we're going to move on now to the political vote, the removal of the Canadian Grand Prix. I'm going to vote against it, because I don't want it to be removed. We got 4 against 2. There's 4 in the balance. At this early stage, I don't feel like I need to abstain, to be honest, at the same time. Apparently I'll struggle at Vancouver, but I'm still for keeping it on next year's calendar. So I'm going to go with that. Let's see what they do. Skip to the end then, and let's see. So Arriva Bene abstained, and so it's going to be a pretty big 7-2 against that. So the only 2 were Christian Horner and Otmar, I think, out of 4 of Racing Points. So pretty good. It's going to stay then. All good. Nothing really changed there. In the end, I could have probably abstained, actually, in hindsight, but you can say a lot of stuff in hindsight, so that's fine. Right, tyre-wise, it's high tyre wear. I'm expecting us to use at least 2 sets of tyres in... or actually, we're going to think about it. I keep forgetting it's three quali sessions, so we need 2 tyres for Q3 at least, I think. 1 tyre for Q2, 1 tyre for Q1, another tyre for practice, so we need 5 soft tyres at least. Gonna need some mediums maybe for the race, or some hards actually. You know what, I might fancy taking some hards as well. So I might go at 4-4 there, because I think that might be useful. And then I'll add on a soft, and then I'm gonna go with a... Ooh, what should we go with? If the mediums do go fairly okay, I might want some mediums in there. So I'm gonna go for 5 mediums and 4... Yeah, I'm just going to go... I basically just end up going in numerical decreasing order, 6-5-4. But, I mean, I'm trying to think about it logically. You know what? Let's add another set of soft tyres. Let's go full aggression. 7 softs. 4 mediums is enough. Because we use, what? 1 in practice, 3 in the race. Yeah, I'm not going to qualify on medium, so yeah, we can afford to go with 7 soft tyres. I mean, in real life, what they do is they just go down to like 2 hards in real life, and they don't even use hard tyres a lot of the time in the real life 2018 season that just went by. In 2019, Pirelli are saying they're going to bring harder compounds to races, so I don't know. Right, fit parts-wise, what are we saying? Right, these are the better engines now, because we've improved them by quite a fair margin. Can I... there we go, I forgot about that. Right, yeah, new engine can't be used yet. Reliability is not there, but performance isn't there either. Apart from that, everything else is all good, because it's a bit of a slow burn on R&D. Practice is clear, qualifying's heavy rain, race is clear. Now, I suspect probably the rain is going to forecast a little bit at the end of practice, and is going to get a little bit maybe into the race. I'm just saying right now, just like China. So, let's see. This might actually be a good one now, because of that rain, if it comes in the race. In quali, it doesn't make much of a difference, but if the rain does come in the race, the AI sometimes can be a little bit stupid when it comes to race strategy with the rain involved. So let's go. This could actually be an okay one. All right, going to go with the soft tyre knowledge straight away. I'll go with the race trim as well. Well, it doesn't really matter, to be fair, because we'll bring them in for a setup tweak. But first and foremost, send them out. Also, we'll have a look at... Actually, wait, hang on. Let's look at the tyres quickly. So, 13 laps. Those go 15 laps, and then those go 20 laps. Or, well, let's go with the minimum. So, probably 18, 13, and 11. I mean, depending on how long the race... I didn't even see how long the race was. But the softs and the mediums are quite well matched, actually. Like, the mediums only maybe go 3 more laps. So, actually, bringing a lot of soft tyres might have been, really, honestly, the way to go. So, I don't think we'll be too bad. But we're going to go out now do a setup tweak first and then see. But is there going to be any rain? I'm really curious. I think there might be some rain right at the end because just knowing this game just happens every time. The rain just bleeds over. Right, we've got 2 goods and an excellent. So both kind of in the same region. Ricciardo just a little bit better on the speed balance. But just need to maybe tweak the aero. So I don't know. Do they want more downforce or less downforce? I would say probably some less downforce, that looks like. I'm going to go for that and see if that's the right way to go. And I'm going to go for some oversteer and see how that works out. Probably going to be the wrong thing, but you have to take a stab to the dark and just see what's what. For Nico, what are we saying? Higher or lower downforce with his bar? He's definitely low downforce. He definitely wants low downforce, but he wants understeer. So I probably have gone the wrong way with Ricciardo on that, to be honest. We'll have to see. And speed balance, a little bit higher than we had before, because I think that's where Ricciardo kind of was, maybe. And we'll go with that. So I'm going to guess now. I've already got the handling and Ricciardo wrong because we went towards oversteer. But I could be proven wrong because the drivers can obviously prefer different things. But it's also about the car, really, as a whole kind of unit. And I forgot to bring them in, but it's fine. We'll just do some knowledge as well. Right, Ricciardo in, Hulkenberg in. Let's see. What are we saying? Okay, excellent. We went poor. So we went the wrong way on aero. We went the wrong way on aero. Even though there was so much more of the bar towards low aero, we went the wrong way. So we've got to go the opposite way. You guys want a high aero. So where were we there? So I think that's where we need to go. We were good and good here. So I'm going to guess we kind of need something in the middle. Something like that, I think, is probably going to be the way to go. And then speed balance was still fine, so let's go back to that. Right, 8 laps. I'm going to say that's probably the correct setup for him. And then with Nico, even worse, poor. So again, you want high aero, that's fine. Where were you before? You were there, so you probably want, like, I don't know, that much, maybe a little bit more. I think that's fine. Yeah, and then where were you on this? Poor and good. So that was good, that was poor, right? So you want oversteer then. So let's go the other way to that. Maybe you want halfway then. Maybe you want, like, in between, perhaps, or... Oh, no, let's go that. Let's go... I'm just going to go with that. I'm just going to go with that. And what was he on the speed balance? Good and great. He was better on the on the previous speed balance. Okay, interesting. Right, so let's go a little bit shorter then. Right, going to bring them in. They're so close to level 3 here. It's really annoying that they couldn't do it on that stint. But we come in, the setups are good, so I'm going to send them out now on medium tyres and do some knowledge there, even though I do want to finish off the soft knowledge, but we can do that right at the death, I guess. Right, we've got 30 seconds in the session, so I'm going to quickly send them out on softs, and I've got to hope they tick over to this level. If not, we fumble this, because we had to do the medium tyre and the qualifying knowledge, so I need to quickly send them out. There's literally just a couple of seconds to go, and there we go. They'll tick over. We did it right at the death. We got level 3 on softs, mediums, and quali trim and race trim. Good job, lads. Good job. Just about did it. Literally 1 second they left the pit lane, and that was it. Done. And so we move into qualifying. Q1, obviously, just making it to Q2. That is the aim today. Going to go on soft tyre quali, because that's all we have, really, even if it rains. That's all we have. Is there going to be rain in this session? Doesn't look like it. So it said heavy rain in qualifying. Right now, it's going to be bone dry. So I'm going to send them out straight away, just in case it starts raining later on. Why did I cancel it? Let's go out, please. Yeah, I'll just use a fresh set. I was tempted to use a worn set there, but, I mean, we could still do that. I mean, no, I can't now with Ricciardo. I could do with the Hulkenberg, but we're not going to do that. We'll just send them out on a fresh set. It's fine. I could have been very, very clever and tried to send them out on a worn set if it does rain later on this session. And it is going to rain later in this session. So, I don't know. Depending on how many people go out right now, we could get away with it. But now, let's just send them out on this fresh set. The rain is coming, but at the moment, we'll quickly get in a lap time. Just about, maybe. It might be a little bit damp as we come in on the in lap, but we will get a full lap in on fully dry track here, so this will be very easy for us to get into Q2. It seems like there's only a little bit of rain coming through. Obviously there are a fair amount of people setting lap times as well, but he's hoping that was good enough lap time. I mean, Hulkenberg's a little bit slow there, to be honest, and Hulkenberg is slow. Oh no, Hulkenberg, what on earth? You've lost 7/10 there, and that's enough to get knocked out in Q1, mate. What have you done? The rain is not going away, really, mate. I think we're a little bit screwed. The rain is not going away. It's going away a tiny bit, but not that much, mate. You need to find like a 10th minimum. Right, it's going down a little bit. Can he even find... He's not going to go faster on inters, surely. Like, he's not going to go faster on inters, is he? I mean, if he's going to get knocked out in Q1, I may as well send him out on a new set of tyres and just go out there, try and do the best job you can, mate. But I think you're a little bit screwed, to be honest, mate. It's your fault for losing 7/10 there on Q1. He's not going to find time. It's so damp. He's out. He's out. He's out of quali. God damn it, Nico. Literally, if you found 1/10, if that, you would have been through into Q2. But no. You fumbled it, we fumbled it. Ricciardo's the only one that goes through. So, from absolute ecstasy from 1 and 2 for Renault last episode, we have one of our drivers knocked out for the first time in Q1. That is a little bit of a shame. Very much a shame. Maybe a bit of a knock back down to reality for us here at Renault. P16, Hulkenberg out, Magnussen, Kvyat, Russell, Kubica, and Ricciardo's through. Right. Well, I only got one guy flying the flag then. Let's make it a good one, Ricciardo, please. Right, it's dry again, so I'm going to send him out again, because it looks like it's going to be another pattern, maybe, of a bit of rain at the end of the session, which is very odd. Very bipolar weather, you would say, you know, kind of like dry, wet, little bit dry, wet, dry completely for the beginning of Q2. Probably going to get wet again, I would assume at some point, or maybe not, I don't know. Doesn't look like, actually. It looks like it actually might be a lot drier than Q1 was. We'll see. At the moment, though, we're 1.3 off Vettel, so we've definitely not got a lot of pace compared to the top cars, which is kind of why I was hoping there was going to be a bit of rain in the race, maybe. Now, we are literally only 1/10 away from that knockout zone. I don't feel completely comfortable over there, so I'm going to set another time. That'll only leave us maybe with one run in Q3, but I don't feel comfortable here. I want to make sure we get into Q3. All right, Ricciardo starts his lap then. Hopefully it will be a better one. I want to see some green sector times. There we go. Green first sector. And this is just a guarantee we get into Q3 because I was a little bit worried with the 1.3 there. We're less than a 10th away from Perez. 1/10 away from Norris. So let's just make sure we get through. That's a much better lap time. 7/10 away from Vettel. Much better lap time there. Comfortable into Q3. And any worries put away. And to be fair, Stroll went a lot better there, knocked out Norris. So, you know, we could have been a little bit finer than we were. So, I mean, in the end, we would have been fine. But just for the sake of my peace of mind there, because we got Hulkenberg knocked out, so anything was possible. But Vettel's looking very strong. I think he was fastest in both sessions there. So this might be a Vettel pole position, but we'll see. Hamilton's pretty close, though. Only 500 or 5,000s, I think that was, or 500s. So let's see how it goes into Q3 then. But Norris, Raikkonen, Albon, Sainz, Giovinazzi out. The usual suspects. Force India make it in. One Haas, both Red Bulls, both Ferrari, both Mercedes. Q3 then, the top 10 shootout. Right, I'm going to only set one lap time here in this session. So I'm going to wait a little bit for track grip to go up, and then I'll go out then. No point going out now when it's a bit lower. But I'm just praying there's no rain. If there is rain at the end of the session, I might have to start in 10th place. Hopefully there's not. Right. Lots of people on the in lap, so I'm going to wait for everyone to come in. Once there's a few decent people in the pits, I'll send them out. So, okay, we've got a lot of people in the pits now. So I'm going to send them out now on one set of softs. We're locked to this tyre for the race, of course, but we'll go on this one set of soft tyres. Go on, Rick Bobby. Show me what you're made of. Right, let's see. Here we go. First sector split time. We have 4/10 down. So that'll take us to about 5th place then, where Verstappen is. That's okay. Let's see what the second split is, though. 8/10 down. That's still P7, though. That's better than Grosjean, but Grosjean's just gone purple in the first sector. Mad. Okay, let's see what Grosjean does. He looks like he might be on it like a car bonnet. Through the last corner then. What's this going to be? Across the line, and it is P7 ahead of Grosjean at the moment. But Grosjean and Perez go better than their current lap time. So P7 best of the rest for now. But I suspect Grosjean and Perez might have something to say about that as we go to the end of the session. Oh, Grosjean goes P5. Wow, awesome. That's crazy for him. The Haas man up into P5. Perez does not, though. So in the end, we go P8. Fair play. I think Grosjean a bit of madness. But that's the best we could have hoped for then after that. But very close qualifying there. And, oh, the death. Bottas gets pole. On the death. I was about to say close for pole man Vettel to Hamilton. But the wingman himself comes out of nowhere and gets pole position by a pretty big margin, actually, there. Nearly just over 2.5 tenths. Crazy. Okay, fair play, Bottas. Fair play. But we're P8. I think we've got some work to do in the race, though. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And for Hulkenberg, oh, my God, we have a lot of work to do with Hulkenberg. I don't even know how we're going to get Hulkenberg back into this race now. We have a bit of work to do here. Obviously, we're locked in on this tyre for Ricciardo, but for Hulkenberg, we can do something here and move it about. So for Ricciardo, I'm going to go for, well, actually, let's have a look then. Actually, we can probably do this via Hulkenberg's screen, so we can actually look at the setup. So 37 laps, sorry, 37 laps. So these go 11. So we could go 22 laps on 2 different sets. And then we'd be looking at what, like a 15 lap stint on mediums, which is the maximum mediums can go. So it might be more preferable to do 2 mediums and push them harder and make sure we can actually do that. So that would be probably 14 laps each on mediums, so 28 laps, and then you're looking at, what's that, like 9 laps on the soft tyres, where that's probably more realistic for Ricciardo, to be fair, 9 laps on mediums. 9 laps on softs. So for Ricciardo, I think that's what we'll do. 9 laps on softs, go to 2 sets of mediums. For Hulkenberg, I'll start on mediums and we'll see how it goes. There might be potential to go to softs. Maybe we'll have to see about that. And fuel wise, well, I think we're just going to start maximum fuel. Yeah, not going to change that. Going to go for medium tyre knowledge and race trim, because I think probably more than likely we're going to be on the medium tyres for longest here in this race. So let's go for it then. We're P8 on the grid with Ricciardo. We have nothing to lose with Hulkenberg. We're P16. We just need to try and do the best job we can. We might be doing a very alternative strategy to a lot of people. Looks like a lot of people outside the top 10 are on hards or softs. I've got a few people, only like 2 people on mediums I can see, including and not including us. So the medium might be the odd tyre out. But here we go then to 5 red lights to the Portuguese Grand Prix. 5 red lights are out and we're underway. And it is a good start for Ricciardo initially. Then gets held up by the Red Bulls. But down to turn 1, it's a double overtake for Ricciardo. Absolutely amazing stuff there. Obviously attacking there. We've got a little bit of a domino effect there. Ricciardo, though, down the inside of Grosjean. And also, it's going to be on the inside of Valtteri Bottas, the pole sitter. Bottled it off pole to 1-2 for Ferrari there. Vettel ahead of Leclerc. Hamilton 3rd place. Bottas, though, does come back at me, though. I'm going to go auto here, but what a crazy start there for Ricciardo. Meanwhile, Hulkenberg is up into P10, so he's made a very good getaway there. He's actually alongside Verstappen. The Red Bulls have been really slow this season, actually. Norris is even ahead of them. So this is looking pretty damn good for us, actually. Very, very good. So I'm going to go on pushing right now with Hulkenberg. Just already try and get that a little bit lower. I'm going to continue attacking, though, with Ricciardo. Oh, no. The driver mistake. What's that? Oh, he caused a collision. Oh, God. I think... look at that. Verstappen, I think Verstappen and Hulkenberg crashed. And Verstappen and myself have damage here. The rear wing is off. Oh, my God. Really? Really? We have to pit straight away, man? Come on. We don't even have that many mediums to go. Do you go hard? No, let's go mediums. God damn it. Right, fix that part. Recharge the battery to 100%. May as well. Fast pit stop. Hulkenberg. Come on, man. Come on. Crashing with Verstappen. Right. He made such a good start as well. He's up into P10. Right, he's going to be slow as a turtle. I don't even want to look at him. He's going to be so slow. Right, meanwhile, Ricciardo, give me some good news. We're up into P5. Tyres overheating a tad. Let's go on neutral and high. But at least we're ahead of Grosjean and ahead of both Red Bulls. I mean, Gasly's down in P10. Verstappen's here at the back with us because he's got a front... I'm guessing Verstappen has front wing damage and we have rear wing damage. So that's unfortunate. Unless there's a safety car, I don't see how we're going to bunch up here, to be honest. So we'll see about that. But Hulkenberg's going to come in now, fix that, recharge the battery. Oh, the repair is going to take ages. There we go. Okay, we're back to normal now, sort of. Apparently, Kvyat's been given a drive-through penalty. Okay, right. Push on, lad. I don't really know what else to say. You just have to push on and try and make the most of it. Right, sit rep on lap 5. We are catching up to Valtteri Bottas. We've got an early pit stop. That was for Leclerc onto hard tyres. You can see in P9 there. So interesting strategy from him. Vettel continues on for this is now the second lap he's continued on for. We are keeping Bottas honest. We're using a lot of fuel though, but I've used some hybrid mode to try and save the fuel as well. Tyre temps looking pretty okay, so we can go to lap 9 like we wanted to with him. Oh, Leclerc's got a penalty. Leclerc caused a collision with Perez. Wow, Jesus. There's a lot of violence here at Portugal. Everyone's crashing into everyone. Right, Perez and Leclerc have come together. Carnage at the Portuguese Grand Prix. Where on earth is Hulkenberg? I've not been looking after his tyres. I can't lie. It's hard to manage these two together when they're not on track at the same time, at the same point on the track. So, I'm sorry, Nico. Right, warm tyres. We're going to continue on for one more lap here with Ricciardo. push on, and now we're going to come in onto medium tyres on lap 7 this will be, and we're going to use all the ERS we can down the straight. Here we go, pit in now, set of mediums, that'll be, park conditions fine, recharge the battery 100%, fast pit stop, let's go for a risk. And let's come in. We've gained 1.2 there on the in-lap. We're in. Good stuff. Oh, couldn't go low fuel there, but all right. He's in for his pit stop. It's a good pit stop. Recharge is done. And we're out. And we are... Ooh, where are we? We are not behind. We're not ahead of Bottas, but we have at least come out in a decent, okay position. Right, lap 10. Hulkenberg is overtaking Sergio Perez. Obviously, Perez and Leclerc had a crash. So Leclerc is down to P15. We're P17. Verstappen's P12. It's all really, jumbled up at this stage here. Verstappen, though, really, I think he came out better out of that crash than we did, because I don't know how he's up in P11 now. He's overtaking Grosjean there, so he might not have had massive damage, actually, potentially. But, yeah, I mean, P17, I don't honestly see us getting anything better than maybe P12. Like, nothing better than that, P12 maybe, with Hulkenberg, if that even, to be honest. With Ricciardo, we have a good chance here. I just need to see how he goes now in this stint. Medium v hard and how the tyre wear is. Right, lap 20, right, lap 13. Carlos Sainz has been given a drive through there. That is, for causing a collision. So, literally, everyone and their mums is crashing here at Portugal. I don't know what it is. He's crashed with, it looks like the car ahead of him, which is Stroll, I think, on the road. I want to say, well, maybe another car that is. But he comes in. Grosjean, no, that was Grosjean, sorry, Grosjean's in. Stroll was the one ahead of us, so, yeah, very odd. I don't know what the coding is at the moment, but Portugal's being a bit of a bloodbath at the moment. Now we've got some good fuel with Nico. I'm probably going to come in on this next lap or two, so let's go full out attack mode with Nico and push the fuel. Meanwhile, with Ricciardo, let's go high again. Let's go neutral on the tyres. We're within, what's that, 5 seconds of Bottas. We're in a bit of no man's land, I can't lie, because no one's as fast as us in the midfield, and obviously Leclerc is really the one that'll be the threat. Maybe Leclerc by the end of the race might come back at us in P9 there, but I don't think I can actually catch Bottas, to be honest. I think they're just a bit too quick for us, and like I said, China was a bit of a fluke and a lucky thing of the rain. In reality, pure dry tyre pace, I just don't have that. We're not there yet with Mercedes or Ferrari. Vettel at the moment dominating this Grand Prix. Hulkenberg, though, he's going okay, I want to say. Going to pit in this lap. He's gaining. He's overtaken Stroll there, so that's at least good. Right, we're going to pit in lap 15. Let's go to... Should we go on hard to the end of the race? Can we make that happen? That'll be 20 laps they go. That's not enough. 35 laps. So may as well go mediums and then go softs at the end of the race, to be honest. So let's just go with that. Recharge the battery. Or should we go 2 sets of softs? That might be the way to go. How many laps have we got left? Right, 32, 22... 11 apiece? Yeah, let's go with softs. Let's go 2 sets of softs at the end of the Grand Prix. Then with Hulkenberg go really aggressive here. And I think that might be the way to go. But at the moment, P11, I mean, it's not too shabby. But of course, we don't know what it'll be when it filters out later in the race. But for now, it's okay. Oh, okay. Carlos Sainz has retired with the mechanical issue. Smoking away in the McLaren Renault there. 2019, he was on pole last race. So how times change, huh? How times change. But right now, we're saving fuel with Ricciardo on hybrid mode, and also pushing hard, though, on the overtake mode. The engine is, well, that's actually, the engine's fine. 76%, that's not bad. Right, so we're looking good on fuel, actually. We're managing this quite well. Right, Ricciardo says worn tyres. We're fine still for maybe 2 more laps, and then we'll go to a final set of mediums, try and take us to the end of the Grand Prix. We'll be a little bit iffy, though, I can't lie, because Hamilton's already He's overtaken us. So that's how much time Hamilton has on the table, but this will be a little bit close and fine at the end of the Grand Prix in terms of getting to the end of the race. Right, Ricciardo gains 1.5 on the in-lap, and he come in on lap 21. So we've got 16 laps left in this Grand Prix. So 1 more than the mediums theoretically should kind of go, but I mean, we'll see how things shake out. But we'll go auto, we'll go pushing right now. Although, to be fair, I don't think we need to really push too much. I just need to make sure I stay ahead of Leclerc. But Leclerc, look at that. Leclerc is now in P5 again. And he's on worn tyres, to be fair. So he's got a pit, actually. So we should check where Leclerc is after he makes a pit stop. Hulkenberg's tyres are going off the rails a little bit. Well, let's go overtake mode, though, and try and catch up to Verstappen again. We're actually right behind him. Verstappen just overtook Hulkenberg, the man he crashed with. So pushing hard now, trying to close him up if we can. Let's go hybrid mode as well, trying to save this fuel as well while we can. And here we go. We nearly made a move into turn 1. We're getting close. We're going to pit him with Hulkenberg now, lap 26, 11 laps to go. Should be pretty much pitch perfect here. So fast pit strategy. We are actually catching up to Verstappen, but Verstappen uses a lot of ERS there just then. The tyres are very worn, 5%. I think he's fallen off the cliff just there right at the end, but we'll come in. Right, come on. No mistake there. Good stuff. Right, let's go auto. Fuel, we're going to need to save some, so let's go harvesting, actually. Let's save some fuel whilst we're pushing. Let's see how that goes. Ricciardo, meanwhile, conserving those tyres. Norris is in P5, Magnus in P6, Leclerc's down to P7. Norris and Magnussen, though, I think Norris and Magnussen can be a good blockade, so I think we should be able to solidify P4 here today, which I'll be happy with, because clearly don't have the pace for the top three, the podium today. But P4 I'll be very satisfied with. You know, obviously Leclerc, Verstappen taken out of the equation, so again, we get a little bit lucky, but, you know, these things happen in racing, so I'm pretty happy with that, actually. So, Ricciardo, just continue on doing the job you are doing. We might actually need to save some fuel here, so we'll go harvest mode, and just do what you're doing. And meanwhile, for Hulkenberg, I'm going to say harvest mode as well. Our driver mistake with Hulkenberg again. He locked up. He's having a lot of mistakes here in this race. I don't know what it is about Portugal, just a lot of mistakes for a lot of drivers, to be honest. We're catching up, though, to Russell, who's going to make a pit stop, though, so there's no point actually us bothering to try and overtake him. We'll just stay behind him there. Ricciardo, what are we saying? Ricciardo saving fuel. We saved a lot of fuel, actually, so let's go auto. And let's bump this engine up to overtake mode and just plow on then. Try and see what we can do. Try and close that gap down to Bottas just for the sake of doing it. At the moment, though, Leclerc is now up into P5. He's overtaken Norris and Gasly, but he is a good, what's that, 20 seconds? More than 20 seconds behind us. So we are fine for P4, I feel. If we bottle this now, more than 20 seconds ahead of Leclerc, then something's gone wrong. And actually, Leclerc's been overtaken by Norris, because both of them pit again, actually, surprisingly. So Norris doing a fabulous job in the McLaren in P5. Fair play. Right, lap 33, 4 laps to go. Ricciardo is struggling with his tyres, so I'm going to conserve from now on to the end of the Grand Prix. 4 laps left. We've got the gap, we've got the time gap, so I think we should be fine. Just conserving. This will be a bit of a slow ending for Ricciardo, but hopefully he'll make it through. Hulkenberg, meanwhile, is pushing, trying to catch up. He's P11, so he actually could get points here today. Despite starting P16 and crashing and making an early pit stop, he could still catch Verstappen here, who's fighting Kubica. I'm hoping. I mean, there's 4 seconds there, though, so that'll be close. Hulkenberg catching Kubica. Verstappen's already overtaken him, so this could be one measly championship point there for Hulkenberg. Last corner, can't do it. First corner, come on. Around the outside, this is for Nico Hulkenberg. There you go. P10. That is actually amazing. That he qualified P16, crashed with Verstappen, extra pit stop with the rear wing. Not the pit stop we wanted to make, remember. He's done an extra stop, and he's got to P10. That is actually really, really awesome there. I'm really genuinely happy with that. That he's managed to do that. Good stuff. And carry on pushing because he's got the fuel for it. Got the engine wear for it. Even got the tyre wear for it. So we're all good. We'll go to auto there. Meanwhile, for Ricciardo, though, his tyres have massively gone off the cliff. We've got 1 lap left. Can we actually pit and do this? Can we pit right now and still come out in... I think we could. I think we might have to do that, to be honest. Oh my... Why has his tyres gone off the cliff so fast? Final lap of the Grand Prix. Going to make a last-minute pit stop here. Going to have to. Recharge 100%. Pit strategy fast. Right, use all your ERS, mate. Oh, wait, hang on. Use it all. Use it all there. Going to come in. Hopefully this is still going to be within the pit stop range. Come on, quickly. Go. No mistake on the pit stop. Let's go. P4. Still got P4. Go auto. Good stuff. Right, still P4. Good. We've made an extra pit stop with Ricciardo, and we're still in P4. That is good. Okay, that was a little bit of a worry right at the end there. No worries now. We're all good. Hulkenberg's P10 as well, so I'm happy with that as well. So, in the end, actually a pretty okay Grand Prix. Enjoyable one to see Hulkenberg come back through, and good to see Ricciardo comfortably getting P4 there ahead of Leclerc with that damage he got. And there we go. Did he cross the line? I think he did. Yep, there we go. Ricciardo P4 then. Good stuff. Good stuff. I think that's literally the maximum we could have hoped for there with the crashes we had earlier. And meanwhile, Hulkenberg gets P10. He was P16, last at one point, back up into P10. I think that deserves a clap. That was pretty decent, actually, Nico. It was a bit of a blunder by yourself for the mistake. Without the mistake, who knows? You could have been up into, I don't know, you could have been where Gasly was, maybe. But in the end, P10, I'll take it 1 point. But Sebastian Vettel wins the Portuguese Grand Prix then. Fair play, fair play. So, championship-wise, Ricciardo remains in P4. Hulkenberg down to P6, though, because Bottas really climbed the table there up into P3. Leclerc moves down a little bit as well. We're still, though, probably pretty good ahead of Red Bull. Yes, they are. Red Bull have really not done well this year. I mean, I don't know if this is a sign of things to come. Maybe we're predicting the F1 2019 championship right here because you've got the 3 big you know, in-house constructors in the top 3, but 94 points ahead of to the 44 Red Bull. That is very, very good for us. Of course, though, we're nowhere near Merc and Ferrari at the moment in terms of out-and-out pace, so we've still got a lot of work to do, but at least we're solidifying this position ahead of Red Bull. Despite them having the better car on paper, they do have the better car on paper, they're just not doing a great job, to be honest. Got more marketability, maybe? Top 5 result, marketability. Top 10 result, marketability, so both these guys improving steadily. 1.8 in the bank. We're still very, very good on finances here, actually. Brakes have been built as well, so that's also good. So we can actually build a new set of brakes, actually. That's what I'll do right at the end of this episode. We'll build some new brakes. Design new parts, brakes, another iteration. Right, let's have a look here then. What we saying? What iteration can we do? Build time plus 10 days unlocks great component. That's okay. Oh, additional great component. Okay, that's fine. All right, we're going to do wrist level there, that one there. That's still not going to be better than our current brakes, though, so just an iteration, basically. But 600, that's fine. That's actually nothing. 600k is easy for me right now at the moment. But what was I going to check? I wanted to check something. You can see engine-wise, Red Bull do have a better engine than us, so, you know, they just have not been performing that well in terms of the race strategy, and, you know, everywhere else they would be better as well, so, yeah, I mean, it's really just on Verstappen. Well, Verstappen crashed with us, and Gasly just hasn't been pulling his weight so far on the team, but for us, very, very good job. I'm very happy with P4. Hulkenberg, like I said, was a bit iffy, but we still got there at one point. I mean, it's fair enough, So, guys, if you did enjoy that episode, then be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, you can subscribe for weekly 4-on content. I've been aarava. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.